Hey, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome to 30 and a Wake Up. This video is going to be a little bit different of a live stream. It's going to jump right into the meat of the video. I know I've got a live audience. Once I do my short little presentation here on what it costs to live in Thailand, we'll jump into the chat. You can ask anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be about the topic today, but hopefully we'll get some questions there, and that's why people are joining, and it'll also help people in the replay. So the number one question I get about Thailand is, hey, dude, how much does it cost to live there? And I always tell people that's kind of a loaded question, but I think today's presentation will give you an idea of what it costs to live in a bunch of different places in Thailand. I'll give you I'll show you a website that I use to determine where I'm going to go around the world, but also in Thailand, and it gives some pretty good costs. And then I'll give you real world examples of how I find affordable lodging, which if you can get affordable lodging, then your cost of living goes way, way down. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to jump right into this today. And we're going to start off. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Already having technical difficulties. All right, we're going to start off on a website that I've mentioned many times on here. So this website here is called Minimalist. And it's one of my favorite. It's a great free website, but I have the paid version. So for $99, I'm not affiliated with them in any way, by the way. For $99, you can get the paid version. It's lifetime, $99 lifetime membership, and you get more data. But most of the data I'm going to show you on here, you get. So you'll see here there's a bunch of cities. Actually, the number one city right now for nomads is Copenhagen, which we'll talk about in a moment. But you can filter it by country. So let's filter this by Thailand, and it'll show you 18 results, right? We got a bunch of different places in here. Places you've heard of, some places you probably haven't heard of. So you got Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Phuket, Hoi Hin, Pattaya, where I was at. Bunch of different places. So we're going to jump into Chiang Mai first, and I'm going to show you a couple different things. I'm going to show you what this says. Get the average cost of living, and I'll show you how it's probably pretty close. And we'll talk about, my own adventures here in Chiang Mai. I'm here right now. And then we'll go into a couple other cities, and then we'll jump into the chat. So when you click into this, you'll see Chiang Mai, and it gives you a bunch of different things like, is it okay for families? What's the cost? Is it affordable? What's the internet? Is it fast? Fun? What's the humidity like? The air quality? All kinds of things. Crime, racism, LGBT friendly, all that kind of stuff. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about cost of living. So it has some great numbers here. So it does cost of living for nomads. So someone like me that's traveling short term, it says you can live for about $1,000 a month as a short term traveler. You're not signing big long leases. You're like me. You're living kind of month to month. Down here is, actually, let's go over here. So over here is expat. So this is someone that's living in Chiang Mai for 6 to 12 months, can sign a longer term lease so they can get cheaper lodging. And it says here they're living a middle to upper class lifestyle. Then there's the local price. So if you want to live like a local, everyone always asks me, can you live in Thailand for $600? Well, many Thai people live in Thailand for under $600. In Chiang Mai, $473 a month is the average. And you can see here that's buying outside of the city, or that's renting outside of the city center and buying groceries and cooking at home, which a lot of you like to do. I hate to do it. Although I would argue that you could still eat out and live pretty cheap. And then the last is something I don't touch very often, but it tells you the cost of living for a 4-person family. So you, your husband, your wife, and a couple kids. I'm sure that includes, extra for food, lodging. Obviously, you got to get a bigger place, and probably a little bit for education. Another thing I love about it is it shows what a 1-bedroom in the center of town costs. So in this case, $304. The place I'm living in right now in the hipster neighborhood is $400 a month, but that's month to month, right? I'm going short term. I did show you a video recently where I stayed in a condo that was as little as $160 a month, a studio condo. And then it tells you the hotel price, and then Airbnb. I'll show you this Airbnb price is bonkers in a second. So That gives you a little bit about the cost of Chiang Mai. Now I'm going to give you some real world examples because I know people are always like, yeah, well, you can't really get that. Okay, well, let's just jump in here and show you then. All right, so the first thing I do before I go anywhere is I book my lodging. So I'm going to show you how to do it a couple different ways. I'm going to show you how to do it as a nomad like me, short term, or long term, like an expat. All right, so let's jump into Airbnb here real quick. I'll show you how I search. So, okay, so here's Airbnb. We got Chiang Mai. We got a month set out, March 1st to March 31st. So let's do our search here. So that's going to give me monthly rentals. You can also search by the month, but I found that I really don't like that. I always change type of place to entire place. I don't like sharing. I don't like living with somebody else. And then you can adjust it by price. So usually for me as a single guy, I usually drop it down to about $600 a month. That's kind of where I'm comfortable spending, but I'm going to drop it down even further so you can kind of see what's going on here. So this shows you basically a 10-mile square radius around the center of Chiang Mai. If you watch my live stream videos, you've seen me walk around the old city, right? That has the walls and the moat around it. This is the old city. So you can live right down in the old city for in pretty nice looking places here. Here's a bunch for $246. It's got 4.8 on the reviews. So probably a pretty good place. This place has 97 reviews with a 4.6. Looks like a pretty swanky little place here, 2-floor. And then you've got as cheap in here as 177. So, and this is a service department. Look at this. Service department here, 177 in this little inn. It's a nice place. Like, it's not going to like wow you, but it looks pretty modern. They've got some modern decoration. You're right here in the heart of the action in Old Town. Look at that. You got a Starbucks across the street. Like, what more could you ask for? You got a bunch of restaurants. So we're really highlighting the restaurants here. You've got the night market right here where you can just shop till you can't shop till you drop. And you just got a nice little place. You got everything you need. Small little refrigerator. For me, that's okay. If you're going to cook, probably not. Nice little bathroom here. Like, what more could you ask for? And you can get that for $176. But I know you're like, Kevin, I don't want to stay $176. All right, man. Like, I got it. You're like, I need a bigger place. Okay. Let's go. Let's find you a bigger place, right? Tons of bigger places running around here. That's one bedroom. That's 3 beds, but a 1 bedroom. So I don't know about that. But you can see. So it's a bigger place. You got it's a little bit more homey, all that kind of stuff. It comes with a guitar. That makes me want to rent it. But there's tons of other places out there. All right. So I know what you're thinking, Kevin, that's all nice and good, but I want to stay long-term. I don't want to rent off Airbnb, although you can see you can rent off Airbnb pretty inexpensively. Let me show you the other way I would use if I was an expat. And I've actually done this before for short-term rentals too. So just jump on Facebook Marketplace. So you'll see here, I'm already in Marketplace. You can see there's an inexpensive place right here already. But go down to property rentals and click on it. We're in Chiang Mai here again. You see the moat, right? And then you can go in and you can find different places. This is the neighborhood I'm in right now over here called Neiman, this little area right here. It's the big hipster area. And it's probably the most expensive area in Chiang Mai. But look, right now the exchange rate for 10,000 baht is, let's see here. Let's pull it up. So we got an up-to-date exchange rate. Right now the exchange rate is, let's see here, 10,000 baht. It's actually went down a lot lately. The dollar's gotten weak. So about $303, right? So 10,000 baht's about $300. So what is that? About $30 every 1,000. So this place right here is 9,000 baht, right? You've got this. I mean, look at this. Nice, fancy looking. You even got a bathtub here if you're a bath person. Got a nice desk. Just a nice looking place, right? I got it. Kevin, I need a bigger place. All right, I got it. You need a bigger place. So let's see if we can find you a bigger place here. Here's 3-bedroom, 3-bath. It's a little condo, right? You got your own parking. You got your own parking right there. You can just park right underneath. 3 bedrooms. You got grass. You got this huge outdoor area to park. You've got a balcony in one of the bedrooms. It looks like you got a huge, living area. Got bedrooms. You've got a kitchen with actual burners, which you don't see very often in Thailand. You got everything you could want, right? You want the big place. You got the big place. It's a little bit dated. You can find more modern when you go out of the city a little bit. You can find more modern stuff, more modern houses, if that's what you want. Look, you can even get this cool little hut here, or whatever the heck this is. It's house on stilts for 7,500 baht, so about $240. You can have this cool, like, outdoor living type of place if that's what you're into. In the United States, people pay like $4,000 a month to stay in one of these places out in the wilderness. All right, so you can see the area I'm living in Chiang Mai pretty well. So let's jump back into in the nomad list here. I wish there was an easier way to jump in and out of these. All right, so we did Chiang Mai. So you're like, you know what, Kevin? I really want to be able to party. I want to live in Pattaya, right? You can see right here, if you look at the lower right-hand corner, it gives you the average price, and that's for a nomad, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So that's the nomad price again. So we're talking, short-term leases, in cheaper hotels, private rooms, things like that. For a family, it says $2,500 a month, so a little bit more expensive, right? For an expat, $1,000 a month. I know a ton of expats that live there on $1,000 a month. And cost of living for a local is a little bit over $700 a month. So if you want to live like a local, you can live like a local. Now I'm telling you, you can live a lot cheaper there. Another thing I forgot to talk about is the price of meals. So here, the price of dinner, if you ate local, like you can always click on it and see, right? Basic meal at a restaurant, $243. A beer is pretty expensive. Let's go back to Chiang Mai again real quick so I can show you the difference. So, right, dinner in Chiang Mai is only $1.82. A beer is only $1.82. Coffee, because this is the coffee mecca of Asia, coffee is a little bit more expensive, but a 0.3 liter Coke, which is like just a normal size Coke, is about 50 cents. So these are good price indicators as well. So obviously beer is cheaper in Chiang Mai than it is in Pattaya. Pattaya is a party place, right? It's more like Vegas, so things are going to be a little bit more expensive. But you're probably thinking to yourself, $243 for dinner, and this is going out, mind you. Remember, this is going out. You can eat a lot cheaper if you eat at home. If you have a dinner and a Coke, it's $3, right? So that's Pattaya. So let me show you real quick here. Let me show you searching for stuff in Pattaya. All right, so we'll change the area to Pattaya. Pattaya is getting real expensive right now because everyone's trying to go. Because it's easier to get here. So it's actually a little bit expensive right now. But as you can see, there's plenty of places for in the $300 range. You can see, I'm not even sharing. That's pretty stupid of me. Here, hold on. Sorry about that. That's why I always go back and check, see if I made an error. All right. Hope I didn't do that for the whole cost of living one. All right, so that's Facebook. We'll come back to that in a second. You can see some really good deals on Facebook. But as you can see, you can get a beach view condo right here. Look at this. And it's a super host, right? So it's pretty trustworthy. It's a host that's hosted a lot. I bet you it's probably a host I've used before. No, I haven't used her before. But you can see right here, you've got a beach view. You just can't beat it. You got a beach view in a modern looking condo right here. Like, you just can't beat it. It comes with internet. The bathroom looks a little bit dated, but whatever. I can tough it out with that, although that looks modern. It's at the Peak Towers, which is on the hill, which is great. But look at that. I mean, you're $363 when you factor in the cleaning fee and service fee. It's $428 for the month, but I mean, you just can't beat it. Can't beat it. You got some great reviews here, so you can kind of trust going in that people have stayed there. Like this guy stayed here long term. This was an outstanding stay. I recommend it to anybody. These are always good. This person probably hosts a bunch since she has superhost status, but I always look for superhost status. Sometimes I will sort by superhost status. You know what? The whole time I'm talking here and I didn't even switch. All right, let's try this again. Oh my God, this replay value is going to be terrible. I'm sorry. I'll have to cut some of this out. I'll have to re-upload it. All right. Let's jump back in here. So this is the one I was showing you a second ago. So this is Peak Towers. Let's see if it goes. I got to make sure that it goes to sharing this. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's good to know. So you see that place called Peak Towers. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to I'm not going to click into anything because I realize that when I click into stuff, it doesn't hold. But this place is $363 a month. It's Superhost. The reviews are really good. You've got ocean view. It's a modern looking place with a semi-modern looking bathroom. And you get to wake up to an ocean view every day. So you can't beat that. And as you scroll down, you can see a bunch of other places on here, various price ranges. This is right in central Pattaya and Soy Bacau, if that's what you want. That's like the Vegas Strip, you know, very red light district-y, $254 a month. You just got a ton of places. Look, $400 a month, high-speed internet, beach view, amazing pools. This place actually has two pools. This is the Riviera in Jomtien. I stayed near there before. But as you can see, all kinds of beach view condos with pools for under $400. Like you can't beat that with a stick. All right, let's jump into if I was an expat and I was trying to stay in Pattaya, this is what I would do. So let's jump into Facebook here again. Just go to Facebook Marketplace, sort by property rentals, right? Right now I've got it set up for Chiang Mai, but we're going to change that. We're going to change it to Pattaya. It's 3 kilometers, but I'm going to make it more than that. I know it's 4 kilometers now. Okay, good. You'll see you're going to find all kinds of crazy deals. So these are long-term leases, anywhere from I mean, you could probably find one for 4 months, but anywhere from 6 months to 12 months for the most part. But you can see if you go down here to Jomtien, you can just find condos with pools all day for 6,000 baht. That's 180, about $190, under $200. Usually you'll have to pay electricity, which depending on how much AC you use, will be anywhere from $30 a month to $100 a month. I run my AC all the time. It was less than $100 a month. Here's a place for 2 bedrooms, 1 bath for 300 baht. Here's a huge giant 3-bedroom, 4-bath home. Let's check this out. Let me make sure I still got you here. Okay, good. Here's a 3-bedroom, 4-bath home, right? It's $28,000, so that would be under $1,000 a month. So you bring your whole family out there, you and a bunch of friends rent it out. You got Netflix here, you got a nice big screen TV, cool bedroom, bathroom, another cool bedroom, bathroom, another cool bedroom for the kids, bathroom. Like you can't, like I always say, you can't beat it with a stick. You got a washer. There's not a lot of dryers in Thailand. Maybe this is one of those combos, but there's not a lot of dryers in Thailand because things dry so quick. So you just hang it up and it dries. The kitchen setup is oftentimes weird to Westerners as well, but that's pretty standard for Thailand there. So that's a pretty cool place right there, right? And you can find them for cheaper than that. Here's 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, 15,000 baht. So about $450 a month, right? So you've got this cute little house. It's got its own driveway here, and then you can park outside too. So if you had 2 cars, you could do that. It's a little bit more dated than the other one. Obviously, it's cheaper. But, dude, you're talking about 3 bedrooms. No, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. And it's clean. And you can decorate it however you want it if you stayed long term. So if you're into families, if you're like me, you're not about that jazz. You want to be in the party area, let's say. That's not like me, but let's say you want to be in the party area. You go over here, you're a single dude, single lady. You want to be living La Vida Loca in the party areas. That's when you jump on here and you just got place after place after place. I mean, this place is 6,000 baht here, this studio. You've got a pool. You got a gym. You're paying, what is that? $180 a month, a little bit less actually. You've got a pool, a gym. You've got a clean place. Look, it's all like bleached out white. Got a balcony. I mean, look at that. You got a little pool area. You can go work out all day. Look, they even got free weights. Like, come on now. Are you kidding me now? Are you kidding me? Right? All right. Maybe you're saying, but Kevin, I don't want to live in party area. I want to live La Vida Loca. I want to live the beach life. I want to live La Vida Loca in the beach life. All right. You know what? Let's check that out. Let's see what we got here. Let's go back into cost of living tab here, right? Look, we've got Koh Phangan, which is island living. We've got Hoi Hin on the beach, not as party as the other one. We got Krabi, right? World famous Krabi. We've got Koh Lanta, Koh Lipi. We've got Koh Phi Phi. We've got all kinds of things. So let's say you want like fun meter. So then we're talking Koh Lanta, right? This is a famous picture here. This picture's famous. You see it in all kinds of ads. This picture right here that you see with the little boat there. So let's do Koh Lanta, right? Koh Lanta's a little bit more expensive. You'll see as a nomad. Always keep these prices, always take them with a grain of salt, because a lot of times it's less expensive than this. I've found, especially for me that stays in studios and 1 bedrooms. But you'll see for a nomad, $1,500 a month. You can't beat that though. Short-term living on $1,500 a month. If you're an expat, again, $1,000 a month. If you're a local, $636. If you're a family, a little bit more expensive. You need bigger places. You can get a studio for about $456, but you're about to see it's probably less than that. This is interesting. This is always interesting to look at. The hotel is actually cheaper than renting a 1-bedroom studio. So that's really interesting. And the Airbnb median listing is always wrong here. I don't know why. Maybe because there's like some really expensive ones that cause the median to be at a weird spot. But dinner looks like it's a little bit more expensive here, but everything else is affordable. You can drink cheaper in Koh Lanta, which I'm sure a lot of you are happy about. Another thing I want to show you on here too is this tab called Neighborhoods. And I probably should have done this in another area. Would have been better. But like on the island of Koh Lanta, it'll show you like this is where the hipsters live. This is where all the tourists are. This is where the rich people are. This is where the suits live, the people going to work every day, the lawyers and things like that. And this is where the normies live, like the normal population. So it's interesting. A lot of times you'll see like people will put there like Lanta Animal Refuge. And right here, Koh Lanta, Old Town, lots of touristy shops. So it's also good for that. It says there's a national park down here. That's why you got that huge concentration. So a lot of good information on here. You can also read people's pros and cons, right? Not family friendly. There you go. Maybe because it's so expensive. And then it'll tell you like very friendly to LGBTQ, very safe for women, things like that. So there's some good stuff in there. All right. So Koh Lanta. Let's check out Koh Lanta. Let's jump into the Airbnb prices. I bet you Airbnb there is expensive, but we'll see. Usually islands tend to be more expensive on YouTube or on Airbnb. You can always find bargains. in Bangkok and Pattaya and Chiang Mai. Sometimes you can't in the islands, but let's see. Let's see anyway, especially since I'm doing monthly. All right, let's click on that. Let's change this out. Oh, Lanta. There we go. All right. A whole month of living. Oh man, you know what? There are some very affordable places here. I stand corrected. This might have a lot to do with COVID or something like that, but I stand corrected. You can, man, it looks like, although I did max out the price, or I lowered the price. So let's make it a little bit more expensive. I forgot I did that. Let's make it a little bit more expensive. Let me check the live stream, make sure I'm doing this. All right. So as you can see, there are a ton of affordable places. There are also more expensive places, but there are a ton of places that you can get. Well, now that I raised the price, now I can't find any because, of course, they're going to show me the more expensive first. Let's look at some stuff under $600. So you can see there's plenty of options. This is a 2-bedroom out in the jungle, charming jungle house, you know, hanging out with monkeys. You know, looks clean. You know, you got the mosquito net. That always worries me. Whenever I see a mosquito net, I probably would pass on that place, but that's just me. Here's a Superhost place, right? That's always good. $287 a month. You're up there in the north of Koh Lanta. Looks clean, looks nice. It's a nice little bungalow, right? Can't beat it. Another little bungalow here, $273 a month. It's a resort, so you got a pool. I mean, come on, like all day long. $150, beachfront bungalow. Are you kidding me? Beachfront bungalow. It's a little bit of a wilderness living, but dude, who doesn't want to live in a beachfront bungalow? Like, you're living Jimmy Buffett's life. All right. If you want more expensive, you want more luxury living. I mean, you can see we can go all day with this, right? But let's pump up the price a little bit. Some people are like, dude, I can afford $1,000 a month. I'm a high roller, man. Then then your next level, nice. Here's 3-bedroom, 3-bath condo, Superhost, 488 reviews. I mean, dude, all day long. You know, I keep saying that. All day long, affordable options, right? 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. No, sorry, 3 beds, 3 baths. There we go. Look at this. House on the beach. Stop, right? Got your own pool. Look, they even got a bar. Look, you don't even have to leave. Under $1,000 for the month. Like, you can't beat that with a stick. Here's a cool place for $700, bamboo cottage. Like, look, you even got your own hammock. You can just chill. Dude, stop. Like, dude, I got to get to Koh Lanta. Look at this place. Mango house, right on the water. You can just walk out. You look at all those places, like in, what's it called? With the crystal clear blue water. You got the cottage over the water. Like, look at this. Step out your house, jump in the crystal clear blue water. Like, geesh, come on now. I get excited about this stuff because I just like sharing it with people. But again, if your budget is lower, like, you can live on the island. You can live on this island. Look, $300, $150, beachfront bungalow. Like, $150, $150. I don't even want to look at Facebook Marketplace. But we will. So you can see what you can pay long term. Why pay long term when you can just go short term for $150? Why do that? But let's jump into this. Actually, you know what? I'll let you do the Facebook Marketplace. Look up for Koh Lanta. Right now, I'm going to jump into one more place because I know some of you are like, dude, I'm a city dweller, man. You're showing me these small penny-ante cities. I love my New York. I love my DC. I love my LA. Well, you know what? Thailand's got one for you. It's called Bangkok. It's one of the biggest cities in the world. So let's pull up some Bangkok, right? So this says $1,300 for Bangkok, right? Let's go to cost of living. So for a nomad like me, $1,300, a little bit over $1,300. For an expat, if you guys are just joining me, This website's called Minimalist. It's free, although there is a paid version. $99, you can become a lifetime member. I'm not affiliated with them, but I do like it because you get a bunch more. You can do a bunch more stuff with it, including their dating app, which is worthless, by the way. But I still like this website. It shows the expat price. Again, we're at $1,000 a month. Like, basically, this has showed you that an expat can live anywhere from $800 a month if you live in Chiang Rai to about $1,000, $1,100 a month. If you're staying long-term in a city, you decide you like living on the beach, you decide you like living in Bangkok, you decide you like the digital nomad coffee culture of Chiang Mai, you decide you like living with all the temples in Chiang Rai, and you want to stay long-term, you got that expat. You can live middle to upper class on a little bit over $1,000 a month in Bangkok, one of the most metropolitan cities in the world. For a local, they're living there for about $800. Again, a little bit outside of the city center and buying their own groceries. Dinner, look, $243 for dinner, and you can find a lot cheaper than that actually. Beer's a little pricey, you're in a big city. Coke, you're still under $1. And coffee, again, coffee gets expensive in Bangkok because they've really adopted this coffee culture. And all us like foo-foo coffee people like me that want the caramel macchiatos and salted caramel mochas and all that crap, we've kind of driven up the price. But if you just want a standard coffee, it's a fourth of these prices. But this is like the caramel macchiatos. That's what that price is. Hey, look, there's a meetup on Sunday, 23 Jan in Bangkok. I've never done these meetups before, so that's pretty cool. Again, one thing I really like about this is you can look at the neighborhoods. And so Bangkok, obviously, it's going to show a lot of stuff. Backpackers, touristic temples, hospital area, chic area, weekend market. So you've got the rich area where the rich people live. You've got the hipster area, which is in yellow. Ekamai is one of my favorite spots. I'm surprised that On Newt isn't listed as a hipster area anymore, which is right here, one of my favorite spots. You can get an amazing apartment with an amazing pool, amazing gym for $300 a month here. That's why I love it. Ekamai is a little bit more expensive because it's more of the hipster, but you've got a Japanese sushi restaurant on every corner, which is great. And then you'll see here, like, here's the party areas and all that kind of stuff. I need to try these other hipster areas. I always like the hipster areas because they're full of coffee shops. So I don't think of hipster in a negative way. But as you can see here, plenty of great places to live in Bangkok. Yeah. All right. So let's back out of here and let's go in a minute. I'm going to jump into the chat. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I see Toby Price says Pattaya Beach is much cheaper than Bangkok. It depends on where you live, but I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. And you're on the beach, which is pretty cool. Pattaya Beach is a crappy beach. If you go north, you can find better beaches. And if you go south, Jam Tien and over to Bang Saray, you can find really nice beaches. But let's jump into, it looks like we got 126 people in the chat. That's more than I've had in a long time. So I'm glad that this kind of live stream that provides good information, that provides what I think is useful information to people is popular. So I think that's what we're going to do in the future. We're going to have a topic and then we're going to live stream the topic so I can take questions about it. All right, let's jump into Airbnb again. A lot of people hate Airbnb. I love it. There's a common misconception that Airbnb is illegal in Thailand. I did my research. I'm a lawyer, for those who don't know. So this kind of stuff interests me. When I had my video where I got thrown out of an apartment by Airbnb, not really thrown out. That's the wrong word to use. When Airbnb asked me to leave an apartment because the owner was doing some underhanded stuff, a lot of people speculated on what that was. It ended up being they were overcharging for electricity. I probably would have stayed had I known that. I just would have made sure I was firm with them. But Airbnb is not illegal in Thailand. It's not. This is what's illegal. Number one, it's not illegal for you to rent ever. It's illegal for the host to rent out their place for under a month. because it's unfair to hotels because they don't have to pay the hotel fees. However, if they do pay the hotel fees, which a lot of the management companies will, then they can rent it out like a hotel. So there was this group of cases called the Hoi Hin case, and that's what made everybody think. I get the comment all the time, Airbnb is illegal, you jerk. And I'm like, then I got to explain to them, no, it's not. It's not illegal. It's perfectly legal in Thailand. Okay, the way it's legal, if you rent short term, you have to get a hotel license. A lot of the places that are rented on Airbnb are rented by property management companies, but I don't rent short term anyway. So I'm not worried about that. I rent monthly. And what the Hoi Hin cases said was monthly rentals don't compete with hotels. So you can rent out monthly all you want. You're just competing with other people that rent out monthly, that have people pay rent by the month. Like, it's not illegal. They also said if you have a house over a certain amount of rooms, that it also doesn't compete with hotels and you can rent it out. I can't remember exactly how many rooms it was, but if you had a bigger house, you could also rent it out short term because you're not competing with hotels. And so it is legal to rent Airbnb. It's always legal for you. It's sometimes illegal for the people renting the place. So there you go. Don't listen to people that don't do the research. I went out and read the cases. As a lawyer, I'm like, oh, let me check this out. So as you can see here, there are plenty of places in Bangkok, right? This right here, this green railway, that's the main BTS. So you can go all up and down Sukhumvit. This actually runs down to Pattaya, actually farther than Pattaya. But as you can see, you can stay pretty affordably. This is one of my favorite spots to stay. I mentioned it earlier. It's called On Newt. The reason I like it is there's a bunch of restaurants there. There's a bunch of stores. There's a Tesco Lotus, which is kind of like a super Walmart. But you can find places all day, every day on Sukhumvit for $400 and up. So right on the BTS line. I got some of these hearted. Like, I really like this place. It's in my condo. I might even rent that soon. There are some more expensive ones like this one with, breathtaking pools, breathtaking outdoor areas. It's probably got an amazing gym as well. I'm sure it's got a pool table, all day long with this stuff. It is Bangkok, so it's a little bit more expensive, but you can find less. Like, I've got this up to $600 now, but let me raise it down. Let me lower it down a little bit just so I can show you that. I'm actually in one of the most expensive areas in Bangkok right now. So let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. So you can find spots, right? $258 a month here. This looks like a little tiny place, but you know what? You've got cable, you've got internet, you've got AC. You're right in the heart of Bangkok. You've got a nice little hotel lobby there. I'm sure they've got more stuff than that. If you go up the railway, you'll get cheaper because you're getting into a little bit an area with a lot more places. So look, $341 a month. This is a serviced apartment. That means they probably come in and change the sheets and clean it once a week, like this place. Actually, they do it twice a week here for me. So this place I'm in right now is $400 a month in Chiang Mai, and they clean my apartment twice a week. So it's pretty cool. But you can, if you need to live budget in Bangkok, you can find, look, $303 a month, includes Wi-Fi. It's a little bit dated, but dude, $300 a month, you're in the heart of Bangkok. You're like right in the seedy area, actually. If you like that kind of thing, you like to go party and meet women or meet men. This is where all the backpackers are. But look at this place, $411 a month. That looks pretty nice. But if you want to spend a little bit more money, you're a little bit more metropolitan. You're like, dude, I can afford to spend $1,000 a month, $500 to $1,000 a month. You're going to find some really, really nice places on Airbnb. You're going to just find like places with breathtaking infinity pools. You're going to be doing all day, every day, nice stuff. I haven't even backed out a lot. When you get a little bit out of the city center is here, but I would never actually live there personally. But look at this, $345 a month. Look at that place. It's nice. right on the BTS. Wi-Fi, there's a gym. Come on, right? Pools for days for $360 a month. Look at that. 398 bucks. What? Oh, dude, might have to book that. But yeah, I mean, look, nice gym, brand new apartment, pool. Actually, I stayed in this area. I stayed in this building. You guys seen me stay in that building before. It's a nice building. It's the one I got kicked out of though. But yeah, look at that. Another nice pool, 308 bucks. I'm trying to find the expensive ones because you'll see some like breathtaking stuff. But let's go to Facebook real quick here. So, man, 134 people. If you haven't smashed that thumbs up button, I'd appreciate it. And also tell me what your favorite city in Bangkok is, or what city you would go to of the cities I've mentioned so far. And we're about ready to jump into the live chat, I promise. All right, let's look at one last thing because I want people to understand how great Facebook Marketplace is in Thailand. So let's go to Bangkok. Bangkok nights. Oh. Hi. Bangkok. If you're watching on the replay, smash that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing. This is what we do here. This is not going to be zoomed out far enough. I'm going to zoom this out farther because Bangkok is really big. So it's better to zoom out a little bit here. All right, let's see what we get here. Rolling the dice. What's going on? What's going on? Maybe it doesn't want me to do that. Let's go 5 meters then. 5 kilometers. Maybe it's too much. It's too much. Oh no! Come on. Okay. Hopefully I'm not having internet problems. Let's see here. Huh. I'm not sure. Maybe it doesn't like that 5. Maybe it's too much. Come on. Let's refresh. There we go. All right, we'll just keep it 3 kilometers. So, you know, obviously, I told you guys earlier, you go to property rentals, right? Click on property rentals and, you know, zoom in. I usually try to find Sukhumvit Road and hang out on Sukhumvit Road personally because I just like the train. So, but you can find $300 US dollars or less all day. Look, $210. You know, it's a long-term lease, but you're in a nice building. You've got a washer. Look, you're in the middle of Bangkok. You got a view of like a park, of a jungle or something. You know, it's modern. You know, look, you're like right in the heart of stuff. It's a modern building. If you got a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you're going to impress them with that. Look, you want to spend 28,000 baht, which is $800 a month. You know, you're going to get this big place with a balcony. Outdoor living space is always great. Actually, that's not that great. It's 2 bedroom, 1 bath though. So if you want 2 bedrooms, you split it with another person. You know, you're paying $300. Here's about 580. Look at this place. Look at this. Modern, you know, fancy, whatever you want to call it. Got a washer in there. Got a nice view. Look, amazing lap pool right here. Look at this gym. Like you're overlooking Bangkok. Like you got a freaking boxing ring. You can do Muay Thai with your buddy. I got all kinds of YouTubers that challenge me to boxing matches sometimes. Maybe I'll rent a place here and we'll throw down. I know Patty did a little boxing. And you know, I don't know. Maybe I can get Patty Doyle to step into the ring with me. I like showing you some of these more expensive places. That is expensive for no reason, it looks like. But there are a ton. I mean, there's just a ton of places here in Bangkok. I mean, like I say it all the time, all day, every day. Like, I mean, look, I'm just going to float over stuff and you'll just see places pop up for under $300 monthly rent. You have some more expensive places that are in super modern buildings, like this one right here, I'm sure is a super modern building. I'm sure we're about to see an amazing pool. Everything looks new on here. They're not showing the pool, but I'd be willing to bet there's a pool in that thing. But yeah, I mean, there's just some great deals to be had there, no matter what you're looking for. Look at this. 3,300 baht a month. So $180 a month. No, not even that, 150 bucks. It's a small place. You're living a very Spartan lifestyle, but you're in the heart of Bangkok paying $150 a month. You just walk out your door, you got Bangkok. All you got to pay is 150 bucks. 36. Actually, that's less than 150. That's 30, 60, 90. That's under $100 in the heart of Bangkok. Like, get out of here. Here's 180 bucks. We were talking about 180 bucks. So look, not the most modern place, but I mean, it's basic. It's got everything you need. You got a bed. You've got a little couch. It looks like you got like a Tempur-Pedic mattress. That's always good. You've got a balcony. You got some outdoor space. Like, come on. All day, every day. Living in an amazing city for next to nothing. So I'm not going to try to go back into the chat. I might have, let me make sure I didn't miss super chats. Let me check. If I don't ever want to miss super chats. I feel bad about that. So if you do a super chat, it'll be up in the upper part and I won't miss it. But if you do a super sticker, I might miss it. I'm not going to try to go all the way to the top of the chat. So I'm going to jump in right away at the bottom. But you'll see right here, while you tripping, put the star thing. Put the star thing if your question is topic related, what we just talked about. If it's something different, put 3 question marks. So if it's like, hey, Kevin, are you ever going to be in an RV again? Put the question mark thing. But if it's like, hey, Kevin, what's your favorite city that you've lived in? Or what do you think is the cheapest? Right? Then put the star thing if it's topic related. I know I saw some super stickers here, so let me acknowledge those real quick. But I'm going to go all the way to the bottom once I do this. I know I saw some. Did I miss them? Oh, there we go. There's one. LSSN here in Japan. Keep killing it. So are you a Navy person, Alex? I'm a retired Master Chief. So thank you for your service. What a cool first duty station. My first duty station was Japan. I'm assuming since you're an LSSN, it's most likely your first duty station. But maybe it's your second. But that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome, man. Thank you, man. Thanks for your service, man. Thanks for standing the watch. I retired a while ago, so love my LS brothers and sisters. Alex, again, CMC, don't make me wait. Attention. Thanks, Alex. Thanks for the super chats. That's awesome. That's very cool. I also pushed boots back in the day, so I know they just extended the length of boot camp. So thanks for those 2 super chats. I think that's all we have, but if I missed something, Kaylee, let me know. Speaking of Kaylee, she's in the house. If you have questions, if you put the star thing, if it's topic related. If it's not video topic related, put the question mark related, because maybe I'll redo this video, edit it, and I'll edit out anything that's not topic related. But I'm here to answer questions. So does Facebook have monthly rental, or is it all 1-year contract? So you got to go in and read the ad, but 99.9% of the time it's 6 to 12 months, but everything is negotiable. So maybe you ask them, hey, I see your place is only 180 bucks for a 6-month lease. I only want to do it 2 months. Would you take $210? Obviously you're going to say it in Thai baht, but that would be my recommendation for you. You can negotiate. You can negotiate on Airbnb. I found the sweetest Airbnb the other day, and I over-negotiated. It was a mistake. So you got to be careful over-negotiating. But I over-negotiated and someone booked it. I mentioned it in one of my live streams, and I think one of my viewers saw it. They probably didn't know I was going to rent it. I just showed it as an example, and it is a pimpalicious place. Whoever rented it, they got it for 4 months for 320 baht. Beautiful, beautiful view of Doi Suthep Mountain, awesome gym, awesome rooftop pool, the most modern place I've seen in a long time. It's owned by a German couple, and they got a hell of a deal. I'm super jealous, and whatever. Kevin, how does Agoda compare to Airbnb? It's hit or miss for me. I like them both, but what I like about Airbnb is I can negotiate. One thing I do like about Agoda, though, is if I want to pay cash on the ground, then Agoda is good. But normally, because I want the credit card points, I'll book through Airbnb. And I like it because a lot of the places, the rental doesn't include electricity. I mentioned it earlier, which is going to be anywhere from $25 to $100 a month, depending on how much you run the AC. I ran my AC nonstop in that studio I had in Jomtien, and my electric bill was never over 80, and sometimes it was under 50 in the 2.5 months I stayed there. And this place last month was $47, I believe. So not bad. 47 US dollars. What are the present entry requirements for expats traveling to Thailand? I don't have good info on that because it changes all the time. I know the Phuket sandbox is in place, which basically if you're vaccinated, you can come in and it's a very short quarantine. Like if you pass your COVID test, I think you can go around Phuket as much as you want, but I'm not 100% sure on that. You got to check with the embassy because the requirements change so much. I came in July. There are other YouTubers that stay on top of it a little bit more, like Chocolate Man in Thailand, Greenie Travels. They stay on it a little bit more than I do. Also, Retire in Thailand, I believe, is the name of her channel now. Retire in Chiang Mai used to be her channel name, Haley. If you Google Retire in Chiang Mai in YouTube, I think you still find her though. But I think you can still come to Phuket without a lot of hassle. Married or single, just asking why you would ask that. Oh, just got a super chat. Let me acknowledge that. Yes, I'm Navy, LS combined postal, SK and AK. We're supply. Yeah, I know that. Did that happen? Yeah, that happened. I retired in 2015. So here in Misawa, I joined in 2020. Crazy during COVID quarantine, Fort McCoy, 26 now. The Navy almost recalled me to come back and push boots when COVID first started because they were having a tough time having enough people to push recruits through boot camp. So they actually tried to recall me, and I was ready to go back in, to be honest with you. What's a CMC, a Command Master Chief? Let's see. Is there a VA clinic in Thailand? I don't think so. There could be. I've heard there's one in the Philippines. There is a VFW, but healthcare is so cheap here. Like I got in a motorcycle wreck a few months ago, about a month and a half ago, and I thought my ribs were broken. I went to a mini clinic. They cleaned me all up. It was free. I tried to pay them. They wouldn't take money. Then I went to a real hospital, a bigger hospital, and it was an emergency room visit. I got 2 x-rays, got a doctor to come in and read the x-rays. I got 3 prescriptions. The entire cost of my bill, $20, 20 US dollars. 18 of that was the 2 x-rays. So $9 an x-ray. That visit in the US, just the emergency room visit alone would be $5,000. The x-rays would probably be, I don't know, $5,000 to $10,000, and bringing someone in special to read them, I don't know, $20,000. I don't know. Would have been a lot of money. I believe, no, Command Master Chief is what CMC stands for. You can choose like a leadership pipeline, like in other branches, they call it like Sergeant Major, Command Sergeant Major. Same thing in the Navy. It's basically the highest ranking enlisted person at a command. Is Facebook Marketplace region specific? I can't find it on my profile. No, you just go to Marketplace. It should be in the left-hand corner, or maybe I have it set up as a hotspot thing. Worst case scenario, just Google like how to find Marketplace on there. I think I have it set up as a shortcut. And then you can search regionally. no matter where you are. It exists everywhere, or at least everywhere I've ever been. Pimpalicious. Yeah, that's my favorite word. Kiev Metro is 28 cents, but right now they might rise to 71. Very cool. What price is the Metro? I can't remember. Honestly, I don't know. I just get a card and I just use it and then I fill it up. It's very cheap though. What recommended CC scooter for town riding? I'd say 125 if you're just going to do town riding. If you're going to do touring Thailand, I would say at least a 300. I did it in a 155, and that was, I wouldn't do that again. I would say, yeah. You know what I do want to show you though? I forgot to show you that on, I meant to show you guys on Facebook Marketplace. Hold on one second. So let's say you, let me pull it up first here. Real quick, and then I'll jump back into the questions. I meant to show you guys this and I forgot. So let me pull this up here. Let me pull this up. So we got Facebook Marketplace here, right? So you go to, oh, look at that place. 4,500. Both of these places, 4,500 baht a month. Like, look at that. That's 30, 69, 120, 104, $135 a month. Look at that pool. Look at that. $145 a month. That's a long-term lease. Look, you're like 2 blocks from the pool at this place, or from the beach at Laguna Bay. Look, you can see it from the pool. Look at that. Look at that gym with a view. Look at that. Come on. Come on. $145 a month. All right, that's not what I wanted to show you. But I mean, come on. Like, that's why I tell people all the time. It's just amazing the value you can get. But if you go down here to vehicles, you can find motorbikes for days, right? That's the kind of motorbike I have for 50,000 baht, the Aerox. This was like the Monster edition, the Monster Cola edition. So 50,000 baht, it's about $1,500. But you can find them for much cheaper than that. So let's say you want a 125, right? You want like one of the Hondas that are all over the place, the 125s. Look, for days, 14,000 baht. If you want a dreamy, like Patty, this isn't really a dreamy, but it's kind of like a dreamy. What is that? About $450 for this little beauty, and that'll just get you. You can just zip around. Look, for those that know the Honda Groms in the States, they have them here. They're called MSXs. You get a little MSX 150 or 125 Honda. Zoom around town for under $600. Look, here's a Vespa with a thing on the back of it for 3, 6, 9, 12, about, $1,300. You got another dreamy here. You've got just motorbikes for days. If you want a more traditional off-road motorbike, you got this Yamaha here. No, that's a Honda. And just, for days, like all day, every day, motorbikes, like all day, every day. Look, here's a little Honda Click, 125i. I think the I means it's fuel injected for zipping around town, $600. You can also rent, like I rented that Honda, the Honda 125 for a month. It was 1,000 baht, $30 for the month. Like, I know I keep saying all day, every day, but like it's just stupid what you can live on over here. All right, let's see. For Facebook, better be local first so you can inspect in person before committing. Yeah, you always want to inspect first. When I do Airbnb, I usually do Superhost or a property with a ton of reviews. And so I'm pretty confident. Plus, I can always fight anything over Airbnb. Like if the place isn't what it was, I can leave. But yeah, I mean, you're always going to go look. You don't want to rent anything online. Just show up, rent a hotel for $10 a night, a decent hotel in walking distance of a bunch of places you like. Go walk around and check them out. Hey, Kevin, how hot is Thailand? This morning it was 57 degrees up here in Chiang Mai, but I'm up north. Normally, most places in Thailand in the day, 80s to 90s, usually mid 80s. At night, in the hotter spots, closer to the water, 70s, mid 70s. Up here in the mountains in Chiang Mai, 50s at night, low 80s during the day. Depends on what kind of year you're into. My girlfriend said I'd go to Pattaya. Again, she'd leave me. Gosh, I miss her. Good fun, good fun, good fun. Again, thanks again, Alex, for the super chats. Ditching Corporate, what's going on, man? How you doing? I've been looking at possibly renting your old condo here in Chiang Mai. I don't know if I'm going to stay in Chiang Mai, though. I might take the train somewhere. I might take my motorbike somewhere. I haven't even decided. No problem. Yeah, Thailand Elite Specialist. There we go. That's the name of her YouTube channel now. She's going to be doing another video for me soon on retirement visas. Healthcare is cheap, but how's the quality? As good as any U.S. place, if not better. It was amazing, actually. It was amazing. Like I said, I got in a motorbike. They took me to this little country clinic, and there was this nurse practitioner, the equivalent, and I was nasty. And she cleaned me up with all this antiseptic stuff. And I mean, it was a nasty job. And I tried to offer her money. She wouldn't take any. It's free. Great service. And then because I was having trouble breathing, she recommended I go to an emergency room at a bigger hospital, which I did. The doctor, she was amazing. Amazing care. And these are rural, local hospitals. There are plenty of Western hospitals here. It's amazing healthcare. I would say 99% of the time it's been better than the U.S. There's no VA clinic in Thailand. There you go. Thanks, Ronald. You don't need that, though. It's so cheap here. If you've Kevin at Mike asks if you've used the Tiger channel for news. Sometimes. I think when I first got here, I was watching them a lot because I got here right when COVID was getting really, really bad here. I was in quarantine. It was getting really bad. It was at the height of it. So I was watching them for updates. Thanks, Going Green Mom. I did a test of the International Hospital in BKK. Very impressed. Yeah, the hospitals here are nice. In Asia, I really like Malaysia hospitals, but my family is from Panama, so I know. To be honest with you, it's been amazing. It's been better than 99% of the care I've gotten in the U.S. Kiev is risky right now. I know my buddy Johnny FD owns a couple condos there, so I'm a little bit worried about his condos. But I think it'll work itself out. Metro prices start at 16 baht per journey. There you go. That's about 30 cents, 30 to 40 cents. Kevin, will you eventually ride back to Bangkok and sell the bike? Maybe. I might just sell the bike here and ride the train back to Bangkok if I decide I want to go back to Bangkok and not hang out north in northern Thailand. Look at the VA FMP program where the VA covers your disabilities. Yeah, there's some of those for sure. I don't know them very well. I should probably learn them. There you go. Rides for Kicks has some Pattaya housing stuff. Yeah, he's got great stuff. Really good guy too. Met him in person. Really, really genuine guy. Let's see. Tent and Go. Test and Go now. Fully vaccinated. There you go. So as long as you're fully vaccinated, you can just test and go. That's good. When renting a condo long term, do you pay the full month, or per month? Per month. It's just like you would rent in the States. Usually there's a security deposit. And usually I think security deposit first month's rent in most places. Everything's negotiable here though, but normally that's the case. So just be aware of that. I don't have an answer for that, but maybe somebody else does. Do I miss any of the places he mentioned a minute ago? Are rentals always this cheap, or are they less because there are less tourists? So, Wendy, honestly, I've been coming to Thailand since 1994, and I haven't noticed a change in prices. Not 1998. I haven't really noticed a change in prices since then. Even when there's inflation, like let's say there's 10% inflation in the US, and if I live in New York, my condo's $3,000 a month. I lived there. That was the last place I lived. It was actually over $3,000 a month. But if inflation is 10%, my condo goes up $300. That's a significant amount of money in dollar. If I live in $1,000 place in Austin, Texas, it goes up $100. Still significant. If I live in a $200 place in Thailand and inflation is 10%, it goes up $20. Right? So it's still 10% on all of those. But dollar-wise, if you're earning in dollar but spending in baht, like I haven't noticed a difference since 1998. I'm sure prices are a little cheaper for higher end places, definitely. I mean, I got that beach view condo for $400 something a month. So I'm sure that is the case there. But for the most part, I would say you can find these prices no matter what time of year it is, but you can find better for cheaper now. That's what I would say. Food prices, that's all the same. Because local people have to eat. So you can't jack up the prices when, local salaries are low. What are people like? Are they friendly? Thailand is one of the most friendly places in the world. It's called the land of smiles for a reason. It's a Buddhist culture. There's almost no crime. I'm like, you can walk around at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning in Thailand, in Bangkok, drunk, and you're probably 99.9% of the chance going to be fine. If you did that in the city I'm from, St. Louis, there's a 100% chance you're in trouble. Is there Uber in Thailand? They have two services. One's called Grab. They actually bought out Uber. They're as good, if not better than Uber, and much cheaper. You can go almost anywhere in Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Pattaya for under 100 baht, under 300 baht, under $3. If you take a motorbike taxi, it'll be $1 to $2. You can take what's called a baht bus, which are these basically pickup trucks that have a shell over the back and bench seats, and those are 10 baht, so 30 cents. You can take what do they call a rickshaw-like taxi here in Thailand and go almost anywhere for $1 in Chiang Mai. They're basically a motorbike with a little carriage hooked on the back of them that you sit in. It's nice. I mean, some of them have discos on them, but they're super cheap. So the Uber is called Grab. They also have Grab Eats, which is like Uber Eats or Grab Food, and they'll deliver food to you for really cheap, like 15 baht. I usually tip 30 baht, so it costs me 45 baht, about 50 cents. No, more than that, about $1 for delivery because I tip. Tipping's not customary here in Thailand, but I do. They have another service called Bolt, and Bolt is about half the price of Uber, of Grab. So if you take a Grab taxi somewhere, it's probably going to be like 80, 70 baht almost anywhere. So super cheap. I've got videos where I show that if you're interested. Pretty soon it will be a drinking game. I don't know what that means. Maybe when I say pimpalicious. Let's see. I live in, not even going to try to say it, Norman. It's cheaper than Moldova, but bus and tram are 11 cents in Moldova. Very cool. I've never been in Moldova. I'd like to go. So I showed you a bunch of like mainstream type of cities, but if you live in other cities which are really nice, like in the middle of Thailand, like Trat and Hoi Hin, which I didn't mention, but a lot of people do live there. Rayong, you'll hear that name a lot. Bang Sarai, where Greeny Travels lives, it's even cheaper. 25% to 50% cheaper. if you like want to buy a little, if you want to rent a little farm and live that kind of lifestyle, like you could live on $400 a month, easy, because the people out there live on $100 a month. So, yeah, I work remotely and I don't have a family of my own. I might renew my passport and give it a try. Yeah, I tell people all the time, do it short term. Figure it out. Let's see. Thanks, Going Green Mom. How much is PCR and antigen test? I have no idea. No idea. I can't remember. I got here 6 months ago. Maybe someone in the chat will know. I have no idea. I think it was about $100. Everything else was free, I think, or included in the price of my. I did 14-day quarantine in Bangkok, so I paid for a quarantine hotel. So, sounds like you're the perfect candidate for Thailand with that kind of lifestyle. Yeah, I mean, I live a nomadic lifestyle. I've been traveling for 3 years straight. First year, I lived in a different country every month. It was 2019. You could do that. And then COVID happened. And so I lived in an RV. I traveled the US in a van, 2 different vans, actually. And I would just, move every week or so. And now I'm back to traveling internationally. It's hard right now. So I'm just going from city to city in Thailand. So it's been great. How far is Bangkok from me? I'm in Chiang Mai. So it's, 12, 13-hour motorcycle ride. Probably, I know it's a 10 or 12-hour train ride. And I want to say, hour and a half flight, maybe a little longer. You can take your motorcycle on the train. Ooh, that's good to know. But you have to book it for the bike. Okay, good to know. Thanks, Nathan. Thanks for that. Hey, Charlie Grace is in the house. Check out her new channel. It's all about travel. Service departments may be cheap, but your electricity costs will add approximately 2,000 baht more if you paid government electricity rate. Yeah, 2,000 baht's about $60. I tend to, in Chiang Mai, Jeremy, I'm in a service department. It's 57 degrees at night. So I just leave my door open when the sun goes down, my screen door open. And I have sliding glass door with screens. I just leave that open all night. And so I think my AC cost here will probably be, $30 to $50, maybe less. But I normally live in studios. I'm in a big 1-bedroom now, so it might be a little bit more expensive. When I was in Pattaya, I was on the 36th floor. So it's much cooler up there, and you get wind. There's a lot of wind up there coming off the sea. So it was much cooler up there. During the day, I would just leave the door open, the patio door open all day. And I think there I was between 40. 1 month was 40, I think. 1 month was 70. 80. The month I had 80, I ran the AC. It was the first month I got there. I didn't realize I could open the windows and get like a really good draft. I kept the AC on 24/7, 2 ACs. It was under $100 a month. 2 ACs running. So, yeah. You always got to factor that in. And usually a lot of places will charge you 100 baht for water, so $3. What time does your U.S. stock market open? The U.S. stock market opens here. They don't do daylight savings time, so 9:30 is East Coast time, 9:30 a.m., so that would be 9:30 p.m. here. And the other time of year would be 8:30 p.m. Speaking of that, I got to look at not that I need to look at the stock market, but I need to look at the football game. I care about the Green Bay game because I'm a Rams fan, and I want San Fran to win. So the Rams get home field advantage if we win tomorrow. Healthcare, great here. Got stung by a scorpion and got blood poisoning. They fixed it for next to nothing. Yeah, healthcare here is great. 99.9% of the countries I've traveled to, healthcare has been just as good as the U.S., if not better. Most of the time better, and most of the time cheaper. If you've been following my YouTube channel for a while, I got a really bad ear infection in Mexico, and I think my doctor visit, my medicine, I think it was $30, and it was perfect. They fixed me right up. What are your weekly price breakdowns for meals, coffee, grab, car, cell phone, snacks? Okay, so for cell phone, I'll probably do a separate video on this. For cell phone, I have a cell phone with 2 SIM cards. I have my eSIM, which is T-Mobile. I like T-Mobile, although it's a little pricey. I pay $65 because I get like a veterans discount. And I keep my phone number. And in 148 countries throughout the world, I get 3G for 3G in the country. So when I first arrive in the country, I at least have a little bit of internet, so I can use Google Maps or at least. But I can upgrade to 4G for $5 for one day. So then I can have 4G for one day if I need it. So I really like that, even though it's $60 a month. And then my other SIM slot, I'll put in a local data SIM card. So, and I'll hook up my phone where my cell phone is my US number, but my data is pulling off the data card. And here in Thailand, I just pay 99 baht a week, which is $3. So $12 a month for unlimited 4G. I could pay a little bit more for 5G. I could actually pay a little bit less. I just like doing it weekly because I've tried some of the monthly plans and they've kind of confused me and they've had caps. And I just like the weekly. I get like, I think I want to say, 80 to 100 up and 80 to 100 down normally. And I've ran this as a hotspot before in places where I didn't have internet and there was no restrictions. So I just pay the 99 baht a week, which is $3 a week. So $12 a month for unlimited high-speed data on my phone. It's great. Do you know Arsenal Station is deepest metro in the world? I did not know that. I did not know that, Norman. Would you ever rent or buy a car in Thailand? I probably wouldn't because I just don't like traveling like that. I know people that do it. Greenie Travels owns a nice little car. I probably wouldn't personally. Motorbike, yeah, obviously. But if you like car travel, then get a car. I would rather either go by motorbike or ride a train. There's trains that go all over Thailand, or take a plane. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of car travel. So for me, no. But it's pretty cheap here. It's relatively cheap compared to about half the price of the US, maybe less. Geographic arbitrage, as Jason Faber calls it. Yeah, he didn't invent that term, though. That's a digital nomad term. I've used it on here a million times. I met Jason Faber the other day, by the way. Great dude. I think maybe traveling with Kristen maybe invented that term, geographic arbitrage, maybe. Where would you stay if coming to visit the area? In Thailand? I mean, that depends on what you like. Do you want to be up in the jungle in the mountains? Then come to Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Pai. If you love yoga, go to Pai. It's full of yogis. It's kind of like Bali, maybe a little bit. If you like the beach, go down south. Go to Phuket, Koh Lanta, all the islands down there. My buddy Pixie Koda is opened up a bar on one of the Kohs, Koh Tao or Koh something. If you want to party, you want Vegas, go to Pattaya. You want Sin City, you want Amsterdam, go to Pattaya. If you want New York City, go to Bangkok. You want New York City, Hong Kong, Tokyo, go to Bangkok. So that's a tough question to answer, Fast GMC, because I don't know what you like. If you want snow, don't come to Thailand. All day, every day. Do you say Pimpalicious a lot? No, but on this video, I made it a thing. Michael Richmond, how much does it cost from the airport to Chiang Mai? I mean, I haven't done that in a while, but it can't be more than $3. I mean, it's going to be cheap, especially if you Uber. You don't have to worry about a cab driver overcharging you. It doesn't happen a lot here, but it does happen. My first time here. Are you in Bangkok? I am in Chiang Mai at the moment. Do you tend to exclusively use Airbnb? Yeah, for the most part, Gorilla Pancake. I love your. I love that your Christmas special avatar. Most people won't know who that person in your avatar is, but I do because I'm old. Um, yeah, I tend to normally stay in Airbnb. I like Airbnb. It's a little bit more expensive. Like this place, if I rented it, if you rent it on Airbnb, it's going to be about $400 a month. If you rent it off Airbnb, it's going to be about $360 a month. So it would have been smarter for me to just come up and rent it. But I like dealing with everything on Airbnb. Plus, I get points for it. So I end up getting like 5% back on my Airbnbs. So yeah, I'm in Chiang Mai. Let's see. Can you buy an antigen test for $1? I don't know what it costs, but I know you can buy them pretty cheap here. I've seen them at 7-Eleven. I think maybe, I don't know, $3 or something. They're not expensive. Maybe less than that. Yeah, if you put that star in front of it, it makes it easier for me to see your question. I want you to pronounce Chisinau. Chisinau. Thanks, Rose. Got a lot of YouTube members in the house. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm moving to Cetus in September for good. That's awesome, Steve, man. I love the Cetus has been my favorite building so far. I don't think I'll find a better building. It's so hard to get in there now. I'm a victim of my own success. My YouTube video over the last 2 weeks blew up. That video went from like 60,000 views to like 180,000 views, so like 110,000 views over a 10-day period. People just booked it all up. I can't even find anything in the Cetus now for under $900 a month. So, victim of my own success. Yeah, as long as that Green Bay game stays close, I'll probably watch it after I end this live stream. How much is a ferry in Thailand? I don't know. It just depends. They're not expensive. I have the YouTube video where I went over to the island of Koh Larn from Pattaya, and I think the ferry was $1. And you can put your motorbike on there, but it depends on how far the ferry is. So I know they used to have a ferry from Pattaya to Hoi Hin, and I think it was $3, but I'm not 100% for sure. Yeah, Ride for Kicks just did a ferry somewhere. Where are you in Chiang Mai? Why are you in Chiang Mai and not at the beach? I spent months at the beach, Patty. I was ready for some mountain living, some good coffee, and some khao soi. You can't get good northern Thai food in southern Thailand. If you want good northern Thai food, you got to come up here. Hey, if you guys haven't smashed that like button, I'd appreciate it. Helps more people find it. Yeah. Let's see. What would you do? Sell your paid off home and invest the money, or rent it out and live off the proceeds? I have a paid off home that I rent out. So I would give you the same advice I did. I would do that. Then you have some cash flow, right? If you don't want to, like the one I have now, I don't really have to manage because my uncle, who's a retired hotel maintenance man, lives in there. So like I don't really need property management. But when I used to own multiple properties, I had property management. It was well worth the 10%. Do you need health insurance for low cost visits, or is this cheap without insurance? Well, if you book with a credit card, check out what you're already insured for. It depends on you, Bobby. It depends on what your risk tolerance is. If you've got a ton of money in the bank and you can afford to pay for any kind of medical thing you have, then you can self-insure like Jason Faber does. If you want to get insurance, you can. It's pretty affordable, but every situation is different. Every situation is different, Bobby. I can't tell you what to do and then you do it and it's a mistake. You have to come to your own decision on that. I'm sorry, man. Is there a rainy season and how bad is it? Yeah, there is a rainy season. You have to Google it. I never even pay attention to that because I don't care. I actually like rainy season. There is rainy season and it can get really, really rainy. Not as bad as Malaysia, but yeah. Let's see. In Thailand, hotel with a star mean anything? I don't ever pay attention to that. I just look at reviews and see what people are saying about it. I look at the number one thing for me is cleanliness. If your cleanliness is like low compared to the rest of your stars, then I won't stay there. But I honestly, I have no idea on stars. I'm moving. Oh, I got that one already. I heard Pai is a hippie town. Yeah. Is weed legal in Thailand? I have no idea. You can eat a high protein, low fat diet here for relatively affordable because you can have them cut the skin off those big chickens, those rotisserie chickens, and you can do that. But you're right, you could just walk into a Tesco Lotus and get it too. But a lot of times they have those rotisserie chickens, and you can just get them to take the skin off for you. They'll do whatever you want. When do you plan to return to the States? I'm not sure, Kim. Not 100% sure. Some point. I'm missing Tampa RV show right now, which sucks. So it's Sunday morning for you, right? Yep, Sunday morning. Why are you in Chiang Mai? Because I like Chiang Mai. I wanted northern food. Maybe they will build Cetus too. Yeah, maybe. They're building that. They have that other one called Copacabana. So I'm curious once they get the Copacabana done, because that one has way more units than the Cetus, and it's just as high. It's much further down the road towards Pattaya than I necessarily would like to be. I like being away from Pattaya, but we'll see. Maybe that'll cause the price of the Cetus to go down because they're going to have so many more units available. Let's see. Do you miss the Travado? Yeah, I really miss the Travado people. Do people RV in Thailand? Yeah, but it's really humid here, Bo, and they don't have like the Volta system and all that stuff. So one of the worst things in an RV is sleeping in it when it's hot and humid. So there's not a whole lot of it here. Other than the Komodo dragon, is the wildlife dangerous? I mean, there are some very venomous snakes here, so you got to be careful with that. Scuba diving is amazing here. My buddy Johnny FD used to be a dive master here. If you don't follow his YouTube channel, he just broke 100,000 subscribers. Speaking of that, I did get a bunch of subscribers recently, but it's fallen off. So if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Then you can chat here too, by the way. But yeah, we got a really positive community here. But yeah, scuba diving is pretty great here. I used to scuba dive all the time here back in the day when I was younger. I haven't in a long time though. But I am PADI rescue diver qualified. That's what level I'm qualified up to. Well, Chief, if you want to watch a game, you should hurry up. It's already in the fourth quarter. Are you kidding me? That can't be enough. It is, and it's only 3-7. Come on, San Fran. My Rams have lost to San Fran twice this year, but I still rather have home field advantage if we win than to have to go into Green Bay for the NFC Championship. If we win, knock on wood. Actually, taxes are not much as in America. The first $50,000 for a married couple is exempt. That's good to know. How much was your electric at Cetus? It was very cheap because I lived in a studio. Like I said, I opened up the door during the day. You can open up you have two windows. I don't know where you're going to be in the Cetus, but if you're on the corners, then you can open up the back windows and the balcony or if you're on the side of the building as well, and you'll get the airflow through. If you're on the front of the building, which has the amazing, amazing views, I don't know if it's as good because I'm not sure you have the side windows. So I don't know. I don't 100% know. But it was, anywhere from $40 to $80 a month. If I love Thailand, price never changes. I lived there in 2016. Ribs were $4. Now they're $4.5. There you go. You just now enter Thailand. You need 50,000 Insurance. Yeah, I needed 100,000 when I came in. So I paid for that. I was coming in on a short-term visa, and then I was getting a long-term visa. So I had to follow all the short-term visa rules. I can't remember the company I used. I used whatever Haley from Retire in Thailand or Thailand, whatever the heck her new name is, Retire in Chiang Mai. Whatever her recommendation was is the one I used. Patia, Patong, Kosamui. Yeah, we talked about them a lot, man. We talked about them a lot at the beginning, Patty. Beginning of this video. Have you been to Hoi Hin? I've been there before. I've never lived there. That might be my next spot. We'll see. I might go to Bangkok first if I go back down south, stay a month, and then head down to Hoi Hin. And then if I go to Hoi Hin, I'll continue south. But I'll stay in Hoi Hin at least a month. Yeah, there you go. 250 exempt for single. Yeah, I don't know exactly all that stuff, to be honest with you, but let's see. Yeah, if you can get 3K a month, 3K is a good amount of money to live in Thailand. I mean, I live on way less than that, even though I don't have to. I don't drink really. Every now and again, I'll have a beer, but mostly no. And so I don't have that huge cost, which a lot of people do, but I do eat out every meal. And I would say it's 50-50. 50% it's Western, so a little bit more expensive, and 50% Thai, which obviously is cheaper. I don't know if you noticed, I've lost a ton of weight. I'm down to 186 now in pounds. That's this morning I was 84 kilos, I think. And yeah, I was up to 207 pounds, which is like 90 something kilo, 95 kilos. I was fat, but I'm getting unfat. So I still have a long way to go. When I first started this YouTube channel, I was 169. I used to work out all the time, kind of let myself go during COVID when I was in the RV. My next apartment that I rent has to have a gym because I'm getting back in the gym. Now that I've lost weight, I feel better and I want to get back into shape, get my abs back, all that good stuff. So yeah, there's Johnny FD's channel. He don't need my help, but Johnny's doing well. He's been hanging out with Bald and Bankrupt. Kevin, I want your opinion on which you think is better, selling a paid off home and investing or renting. Dude, I can't give you investment advice. If you rent it, then you have cash flow coming in, although you have to deal with the headaches of renting it. So get a property manager and understand that. Always factor, when you rent out a property, always factor in that you're going to have at least 1 to 2 months vacant a year. And sometimes you won't, but sometimes you will. So just factor that in. If you sold it, I mean, you need something that's going to generate cash flow. So like a dividend growth portfolio, maybe. But I don't like giving investment advice. Thanks for the info. I just moved to Michigan. That's where Greeny Travels is. Check out Greeny Travels. He's from Michigan. And he lives in Thailand now. He's a retired police officer. I'm considering giving it a try. A police chief, actually, when my lease runs out. Yeah, man. Check out Greeny Travels. Yeah, there you go. Thai Elite Specialist. I got to remember that. Thai Elite and Retirement Visa Specialist. There you go. I got to remember that. Let's see. How much is cable TV? Every place I ever lived in, it's been included. So I don't know. And it's usually Thai cable most of the time. And so you'll get like 10 English-speaking channels if you need English-speaking channels. You'll get some news channels like Fox News is on this Thai TV. There's a bunch of news channels, BBC. There's like nature channels like National Geographic and things like that. You can watch Friends. There's some channel that shows Friends all the time. But I normally just use Netflix. It works everywhere. And if you use a VPN anyway, you can switch countries with it and watch whatever you want. I have a bunch of shows on my Netflix that aren't on US Netflix, like Friends, Big Bang Theory, stuff like that. So I don't really do much of that. Every place I rent comes with Wi-Fi and usually comes with cable, but I rarely turn it on. So I don't have a good answer for you, Norman. Are your injuries healing? Yeah, I feel good. I haven't been running, but I've been walking a lot. We'll start running again soon. Yeah, going green mom's great. Look at that. I'm all caught up with 148 people in the chat. I'm caught up. I think that's a first. I've never done that before. If you have a question, make sure you ask it. If you are enjoying this video, smash that thumbs up button. What is your favorite place to live in Thailand? If you're here to find out information about living in Thailand, like what it costs, scroll back to the end of this beginning of this video. I talk about it the whole time. I show you how I find inexpensive places to live. I show you city by city how much it costs to live in Thailand. And yeah, so pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, we got some more questions. Let's see. Did you watch the last Boba Fett? Yeah, I love it. Love it. I know some people don't like it, but whatever. Have you visited Vietnam? Yeah. I lived in Vietnam, just passing through for a month. Got a video about it. Ton of videos from Vietnam. It's one of my favorite places. If it was easier to get into right now, I would be in like Nha Trang or whatever, a beach town. I'd probably be in Vietnam right now. Yeah, I love, I've traveled all over Asia, just passing through. If you watch my older videos, I lived in Asia for 4 months, Japan, Malaysia, Vietnam, Laos. Yeah, I love Asia. Speaking of Hoi Hin, CJ Paradise in the house. Check out his channel. He's in Hoi Hin. Yeah, Chocolate Man in Thailand. $600 for cable, standalone cable. There you go. I don't know what that has US channel wise. I don't really need. If you have Netflix, I have Netflix and Disney Plus. I'm covered, man. And then I get a little bit with like Apple gives me free stuff or whatever. I'm covered. All I need is internet. But I know some people, might want, some people are channel clickers and they might want that. I'm also a big YouTube guy. So I probably say 80% of the programming I watch is on YouTube. Guys like Chocolate Man in Thailand, CJ in Paradise. Are you single? Do you need to ask at the front if your friend can stay the night? I am single. I'm an adult, so I don't ask anybody for permission. How much do you pay for the VPN? I pay annually. I can't remember. It's something like $800. $8 a month total, I think. I should probably do like an affiliate link with them. It's like, which one do I have? I have ExpressVPN. I know they have an affiliate program. Everyone uses it. I should probably use it because I do like it. I use it all the time. Even when I'm in the United States, I use it because, like I mentioned, Netflix doesn't have a lot of shows I like. But if I like VPN into the UK or a VPN into Thailand, then they'll have those shows. Like Friends is on Netflix overseas. So is Modern Family. So is Big Bang Theory. Everything but The Office is on there. Shows I like. I should do an affiliate link. I'll do one little plug real quick. If you want to become a channel member, there's a ton of channel members on here. You can see they've got the little emoji there. It just shows this S on here, but they get a cool like van life emoji like up in the right-hand corner here. Changes colors every month. I got people that have almost been with me for a year, 6 months, which is awesome. So if you want to become a member. It's super cheap. Usually you get videos a little bit early. Yeah, that's the only thing I really plug on here other than merino wool. I wear a bunch of merino wool. I've been with this company for 2 years called Unbound Merino. I travel with only one backpack, and that's why I can travel with one backpack. Ever consider camping and bicycling across Thailand? Yeah, I've considered biking across Thailand a lot, actually. The only thing that would worry me is all the wild dogs. I got chased on my motorbike and I can outrun them on that. Obviously, I probably can't outrun them on a pedal bike. So that'd be my biggest worry. Do you take your bike often riding? I've ridden my bike once since I've been in Chiang Mai. I've been here over a month. Everything's walkable here. I just walk. I enjoy walking. So for me, it's no big deal. That's part of the reason I'm considering getting rid of it, because I just don't use it a lot unless I'm traveling from place to place. How's the bike doing? It's doing great, Steve, man. It's again, it's not getting used very much. Some Belgian guy offered to buy it from me. No, not Belgian, Netherlands. Guy from the Netherlands offered to buy it from me. How do you fill your days? I'm pretty boring, man. My life revolves around going out, I try to do 20 to 40,000 steps a day. So that takes, 3 to 6 hours. So I do a lot of walking around. I like to explore new neighborhoods. I love to eat. So I go out and eat. I'll meet up with friends here in Chiang Mai. Sometimes I'll watch some Netflix. I'll work on YouTube. I'm Gorilla Pancake. I'm boring, man. I don't live the La Vida Loca life like some people do. I have nothing against it, man. It's cool. Like, do you, boo. Like, if you can, I spent 20 years in the Navy, port hopping my whole career, and I'm partied out, man. It just doesn't do anything for me anymore. I just like relaxing and just kind of doing what I want to do when I want to do it. That's kind of my life now, and I love it. But yeah, that's why I don't make day in the life videos, because it's like, you just want to see me like sitting on my bed editing YouTube videos, eating a banana. Like, I mean, some people are into that, but yeah. In Moldova, our cable has a channel like Nick, Where Are You in Russia, but shows are in English. Very cool. I need to visit Moldova. I've heard nothing but good things. Stuck in Florida, what's going on? Speaking of channel members, good morning, Kevin. Good morning. How you doing? Hey, if you found any value in this video so far, please smash that like button. We're still at 128 in the chat. I think we peaked at 150, which is great for me. I'm going to start doing these more informative videos in the future. What I'll probably do is download this video, chop it up a little bit so it's easier to watch, and re-upload it. So just be aware of that. Green Bay hit a field goal. No. It's probably over by now, right? Yeah, it looks like Green Bay is going to get it. It's too bad. I plan on going to Phuket, Pattaya, Chiang Mai. Very cool. That's a good route, man. The first time I ever came to Thailand, 1998, I went Phuket, Pattaya, Bangkok, Chiang Rai, not Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai. Back then, I had no idea what Chiang Mai was. I just knew Chiang Rai had a bunch of temples. That was my very first backpacker visit to Thailand. I did it in between duty stations, and it was awesome. Yeah, that was my first route. Phuket, Pattaya, Bangkok, Chiang Rai. Yeah, there's some of my Vietnam videos. CJ in Paradise, what's going on, man? I saw CM and I thought you were somebody else for a second. Charlie Brown, how's the dating scene in Chiang Mai? It's great, man. I mean, dating is pretty easy in Thailand, no matter what kind of Westerner you are, whether you're guy or girl or gay or straight. It's pretty good. Straight. I can just speak from a straight male that's 46 years old. It's great. I can date Western people if I want. I can date local people if I want. I can date, Chinese people if I want. It's pretty cool. I haven't been doing a lot of dating though. I've been just recovering from my accident, and But yeah, dating scene's great. I mean, just got back from the Tampa RV show. Man, I missed Tampa RV show. First ever show. Wow, a lot of steps. A lot of rig tours. Yeah, man, I did one. I still have them on my channel because they were actually really successful replay value wise. I still have a 6-hour one I did and a almost 3.5 hour one I did. The 3.5 hour one I did. It has like 30,000 views, which is nuts for a live stream for me. 3 favorite countries you've ever traveled. That's like asking me who my 3 favorite kids are if I had kids. But it's just too hard, man, because it just depends on my mood. You know, I lived in Italy for 2 years. It has a special place in my heart. So Italy would be one of them. I love Turkey. You list Turkey. Antalya, Turkey is one of my favorite places in the world. And like right now, even though I feel for the Turkish people because of the lira, it's so inexpensive to travel there right now. I would say let's pick. I'm just going to pick 3. And to be honest with you, these probably aren't. These 3 would change depending on the day of the week you ask me. That's why I'm a nomad. I don't have to do one. People say, "Hey, where would you recommend I retire?" I'm like, everywhere. You don't have to choose, by the way. But if I'm just going to throw 3 out there. Thailand, obviously, I love it. Italy, I love it. Lived there for a couple of years. And 3rd, Vietnam. A close 4th would be Paris. Paris, Turkey. I forgot Malta. I have to change my top 3. Malta is actually, I put Malta number 3. I love Malta. Croatia. I love Croatia. I've gone from 92 kilo to 79. Dude, that's amazing. Toby. Woo, woo. Everyone give Toby a thumbs up in the chat. That's awesome, dude. I was like 95, maybe. I don't know. I was 207 pounds, whatever that is. And I'm down to, this morning I was 83.95. So. How much would a movie ticket and popcorn be in Thailand? It's pretty cheap. Probably somewhere around $9 US, $10 US. Somewhere around there. That's at like a, top of the line place. There's Chocolate Man in Thailand's YouTube channel. Also, go check out Going Green Mom, man. She's got a cool YouTube channel too, by the way. Thanks for your amazing work today. A CJ. Yeah, CJ is great, man. Especially, there's not a whole lot of Hoi Hin specific YouTube channels. I know, or people who live in Hoi Hin. I know we got Johnny. Is there something happening? I know we got him there. But CJ actually does more on Hoi Hin. And I always go to his videos when I'm trying to figure out Hoi Hin stuff. I misunderstood that. No problem. That happens, Patty. Yeah, Unbound Moreno, you use the code BANDLIFE. You get 10% off. They give me 10%. It's a great deal. Hey, Kev, Dave just finished his live stream. Man, I feel bad stepping on Dave. Go check out Gotta Love Thailand, by the way. How you doing, Al? Video request, take us on a bike ride of entire Chiang Mai. Thanks for the walking tour you did. Yeah, I'll do it. Definitely probably do another walking tour. Chiang Mai is kind of crazy. Are you talking about a motorbike tour? Chiang Mai is crazy to drive in. You got to have your head on a swivel. I don't know if I'd want to do a motorbike tour live on there, to be honest with you. Still have cuts and scrapes. Yeah, you can kind of see the discolorization of where I had stuff. You can see this was the worst. I had a huge thing dug out of my hand, like a huge chunk dug out of my hand. So that's going to be nasty for a while. But other than that, man, I feel pretty good. My knees are still healing. My knees got scraped up really bad, but they're getting there. Let's see. 30 to wake up. I did 8 in the Navy. Thanks for your service, brother. I am partied out as well. I completely understand that. There's only so much clubbing and bar hopping. Yeah, I've been, a lot of people, Pattaya is kind of new for them, or maybe they've only been there a couple times. I've probably been to Pattaya in the Navy 40 times. And going to Pattaya on a Navy ship, that's next level partying. And so I've been there, done that, in my younger days. And I don't really like drinking alcohol anymore. I do have a beer that Haley gave me from Thailand Elite Visa Expert. She gave it as a welcome aboard thing. I do love IPAs and craft beer. I love it, to be honest with you. I could go and do that with my homies, with my buddies. I don't drink alone, and I'm not a sit in the bar drinking cheap beer. It's just not me. I do like sitting in open air bars and like people watching. I do like that. So if I get back down to Pattaya, that's probably what I'll do. I'll sit in open air bars that are outside, watch people. I'll probably have a beer. But I really like IPAs, and there's not a whole lot of IPA places in Thailand, especially open air bars. They're usually crappy, formaldehyde tasting beer. Kevin, thoughts on Bitcoin crash this week? Man, it sucks, but I'm a long-term holder and buyer. I bought a ton this week. I do, for those who don't know, I have a YouTube channel called Bald and Bitcoin where I talk about Bitcoin, and obviously there's blood in the street right now. I don't want to make this about that, but blood in the street. I was hooked on Thailand when I first stayed in BKK at the Mandarin Oriental. I've stayed there before. And also Phuket and Koh Samui since then. That's awesome, Mike. Yeah. What's the score? So I pay for where I can watch every single game. The NFL Ticket International, by the way, is amazing because you get all the playoff games too, and you can watch every single game. There's no restrictions when you have the international plan. I love it. It's awesome. Oh, it's 10-10. Holy cow. Yay, San Fran. And they got the ball. Dude, if San Fran pulls off this upset, wow. Let's see. All of my work day is about to begin. Hey, have a good day at work, Phoenix Gypsy. Have I been to Guantanamo Bay? No. I did have orders there, but they got canceled when I got promoted. So I actually was supposed to go there. Where in Italy do you live? Been in Italy twice. I love it big time. I lived in Gaeta, Italy, which is an hour north of Naples, an hour and a half south of Rome. So in a great spot. It's a fishing village. There's also a small NATO base there and a U.S. Navy ship homeported there. I was on the Navy ship. And so I lived there 2 years as a 20-something. What a cool, the Navy, I had my ups and downs, but I love it. I loved what it did for me. I was a poor Midwestern kid, hadn't never been out of the country, had barely been out of the Midwest. And I got to live overseas most of my career. One of those was Italy for 2 years in a small fishing village in the 90s when they were still on the lira. Got 2,000 lira to the dollar. So even though I was pretty low rank back then, I was an E5. So not too bad. I lived like a king because it was 2,000 lira to the dollar. And I got to explore Europe because I was on a ship. We just port hopped all throughout Europe. It was pre 9/11. There was no war stuff going on. And a lot of the places I visit now, I visited for the first time in the Navy. Croatia. I visited Split and Dubrovnik in 1999. How amazing is that? We were actually the first U.S. ship to visit there in forever, since World War II or something. And yeah, so I lived in this little small fishing village. There was no fast food restaurants. So I had to, I couldn't lean on that. I had to learn how to eat Italian food. And it's not like American Italian food, spaghetti and meatballs. Actually, I don't even think that existed in the town I lived in. I lived in a fishing village. So it was primarily seafood based. And as a kid coming from the Midwest where we only eat meat and potatoes, if we do eat fish, it ain't seafood. It ain't coming from the ocean. It's coming from a lake. It's either trout or catfish, and it's deep fried lathered with tartar sauce. So I had to. It was a whole new world for me. So it was amazing. But yeah, Gaeta, Italy, Gaeta, amazing. Hey, CJ, awesome, man. Awesome that you're getting some subs, man. You got great content, man. I love your channel. How do you get down in weight? I've been mostly, I try to walk 20 to 40,000 steps a day, but I think primarily it's because I'm fasting. I have a 6-hour window where I eat and then I fast 18 hours. And so that's really helped a lot. Ever been to Hersheytown, Pennsylvania? No, but I'd love to go. I should have went there when I had my van. That would have been cool. I love Hershey bars. And check the score here. Green Bay's got the ball back. It's 10-10 still. Dang it. Good for San Fran though. I hate them, by the way. It's the only time I've ever been a San Fran in my life. I hate them with all my soul as a Rams fan. Defensive game, got it. What is your channel? It's called Bald and Bitcoin. I kind of stole it from Bald and Bankrupt, but it's about Bitcoin, so it's not about travel. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Small fishing villages are my favorite places, no matter how country. Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing beach too. It was on the coast. It was awesome. Walking tour live stream would be great. I love doing the walking tours. I love doing live streams. That's why I did this video today, because I was like, I can do a video that's like substantive that people will watch later. And if I want, I can cut it up into its own video, but I can also do live stream and have the live audience. I prefer live streams. What do you think? Smash the thumbs up button to this video if you think I should do this in the future, and we'll see how many thumbs up I get. And also comment in the live stream like, hey, yeah, I like these informative videos where you start off doing informative stuff and then roll into the chat. I had more people at this live stream than I've had in any live stream in a long time. For a while, I was struggling to get over 100, and I was at 150 today. So that tells me that people are interested, and we're still at 120. So, but I definitely like doing the walking tours too. Let's see. If you love Hershey, you obviously have not tasted real chocolate. I have tasted real chocolate, Daryl, but I do like the almond Hershey bars. But I have. It's one of my weaknesses. I've spent a lot of time with really good chocolate in my life. Unfortunately, it's why I struggle. It's the only candy I really like. It's chocolate. Like I could eat chocolate all day, every day. I'm like a I don't know, pregnant woman when it comes to chocolate. I was in Italy skiing in 1983 at a place called Andalo. Sounds nice. Food was great, mega cheap. First time I drank whiskey at 11 years. At 11 years old, that's awesome. Yeah, in Italy, they're not hung up about like alcohol. Like it's not uncommon to see like, someone young drinking a little bit of wine at a table. It's not uncommon. Although a lot of times it'll be like sparkling grape juice or whatever. Have you trademarked any of your channel names? Yeah, I own them. I own them all, man. I'm a lawyer, dude. Of course I have. Of course I have. Of course. Love both informative and walking tour. Awesome. I really like your informative, then roll into the chat, but I like all your videos. Thanks, Kaylee. Kaylee's the one person that watched my cat video. That's not true. That's not true. But not that many people watched it. Well, damn. I like both walk and talk videos. And good. That's perfect. Perfect. I like doing both of them. I like doing live streams. I like having a live audience. I like interacting with people, obviously. Ever had Mexican Coke? Yeah, I love Mexican Coke. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite things about going down south. Although you can get Mexican Coke in other places, you just have to ask for it. But yeah, I love Mexican Coke. The Cat Cafe I watch. Oh, Chris watched Cat Cafe, man. Not that many people watch the Cat Cafe. Let's hope San Francisco can kick a field goal in this last 2 minutes. But yeah, so this video, let's see. Oh, have you been to Scandinavia? Yeah. I spent a little time there. I need to get back there. I want to go to Finland. I got a good buddy that lives there that wants to take me to all the saunas. Before COVID happened, I had a bunch of travel scheduled. And one of the things I have scheduled was one of those igloos with the glass ceilings so you could watch the Northern Lights all night. I had that booked Cost me an arm and a leg. Had to cancel it because of COVID. But yeah, 12 degrees here in Tulsa. Yikes. They wanted the other cat place. Yeah, I kind of figured that. I thought I almost made a thumbnail that was completely like clickbait, where it was basically going to be like going into or what is a cat house like in Chiang Mai, but like make it seem like it was like a legit cat house, like the naughty cat house. And then I would go into a cat cafe, but I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, people. So I didn't. Yeah. All right, we're going to call this a live stream. Thanks everyone who showed up. And like I mentioned, I'll probably download this video off StreamYard, cut it a little bit to make it more consumer friendly. And yeah, you can bring pets, Steve. You can bring pets. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go watch that Green Bay game and then tomorrow root for my Rams. Thanks again, everyone who stopped by.